Here's the beginning of my food forest. Got a Meyer lemon tree. Got some lemons on there. Cool. Little blueberry that's struggling. I don't have the pH right. I gotta figure that out or it's gonna die. And then there's another one right there. Not doing well. There's an olive tree. This thing, when I first got it about 4 months ago, was just a stick with no branches at all, just a few leaves, and it's really starting to put out some branches now. And then in the back row there, the light green is katuk, and then the raspberry hibiscus here, and then Okinawa spinach around the front, all edible greens. Little fig tree, Celestine. No, that's a brown turkey fig. Planted it about 3 weeks ago. It's doing all right. It's starting to put on some new leaves and stuff, and just gonna let it do what it wants. And then this persimmon. When I got it, like 2 branches were broken off. It had like 3 leaves left, and it really started to put off some shoots and starting to produce some growth. But the leaves on this thing are like really velvety, like velvet. And then this is the Celestine fig. It's kind of cool. Not gonna train it. I'm just gonna let it do what it wants to do. It's just got like 1 or 2 branches now. And this is the fig that the first one, I put it directly in the ground. And it took off, and it had a few figs on it. Birds got one, I got one, and there's one still maturing on there. But it kind of took on its own shape. I clipped the top and it branched off into 3, and then it got a disease, and all the leaves fell off underneath, and the ones that didn't fall off started to turn like little black spots all over it. So I just took all the black spotted leaves off about 2 weeks ago, and no more appeared. So I think I saved it, I hope. But we'll see. That's going to be a cool fig tree there. It's called a Little Miss Figgy. Here is my pomegranate, and when I got it, it was just a little whip of a branch too. It had no growth on it, and it's really starting to put out some growth now, so that's cool. There's a Jaboticaba plum that takes a long time to grow, and it's really growing slow. It's starting to lose some leaves. I don't know if it's because we had a couple cold days or what, but we'll see how it does. If it doesn't do well, I'll just take it out. I don't really want any slow growing trees here anyway, because I don't know how long I'm going to be here. And then a star fruit right here. This thing was a lot smaller when I got it. It's doing really good. Looking forward to getting some of that fruit. Should be next year. Planted this moringa today. Planted this one shortly after I put in that first Hass avocado, which is right there, which struggled greatly. It was getting scorched by the sun, so I built this sunscreen for it. And then this last hurricane that missed us had enough wind to blow all my sunscreen away, so I painted this tree with an organic tree paint and mixed it up thin and sprayed it on the leaves like a spray paint, and it's keeping the leaves from getting scorched, so that's good. And I planted that moringa there after I planted it, just to shade it, because I knew it would grow fast, and it sure is doing a good job. So that's why I planted that other one right there, because the sun kind of comes up right here, so it's kind of still on the right side here getting burnt, so I figured that one will stop that from happening. And then I planted another one moringa today, here, and these 3 moringas, boom, boom, will shade this brand new avocado that I planted today. And I can't remember the name of this thing. Let's see. Brogdon. The guy at the nursery said he has one. It tastes really good, kind of like a Haas, real oily like that, but has a thin skin. He said a lot of people don't like the thin skin, but they do well in this climate, which is what I need for food production. If that's what I want, man, that's what I want. So dug out a trench here and planted some onion seeds about a month ago. They still haven't come up. Don't know if they will. And over here, I had a whole row of beets planted. Can't even see where I planted it, but right there is a beet. That's the only one I got left. It's crazy. Some things do really well, some don't. And these weeds in here, the sedge grass is blowing in all over from my neighbor's property. They got it mowed now, but they really blew over here. Here's my Saturn peach, all trimmed out in an open fashion, just like the spokes on a wheel. It'll be nice and airy inside, good airflow, good sun to hit the peaches when they start to form next year. This thing had 4 peaches on when I got it, so I know it'll perform. I pulled them off just so it would grow faster, and it sure has. Put all the trimmings around the bottom to let them break down and go right back into the tree. Over here I built this little quick makeshift trellis for the zucchini and the Seminole pumpkin, and the zucchini is just taking it over. There's like 4 good sized zucchinis on there right now. If I can get to the back of it. Well, there's a couple little ones too. Can't really see them. Let's see if I can go back here. There's some right there. Another little one. And then big boy under here. I think I need to brace this up because the weight of the zucchinis on there bending that PVC in. Got a watermelon down here, little mini dwarf watermelon, and some pear-shaped yellow tomatoes, little baby ones. Got one little watermelon right there. And that whole vine, there's only one. Hoping to get more. There's some blooms that have just bloomed and fell off. So hopefully some of those got germinated. We sure do need some more bees. Love to have a beehive here, but I can't. Some blooms right there. Hopefully those will turn into watermelon. Anyway, that's most of it. There's still some other stuff in the front, but I just wanted to give a view and get a record of what it looks like now. These wood chips, there's 16 loads of pickup truck loads that I brought in here and put down, about 8 inches thick. Supposed to keep the weeds out, and it has. The only thing it didn't keep out was that sedge grass, and I don't want to spray anything on it. Tried vinegar, tried bleach, watered down bleach with dish soap, but that didn't really do it. It stunted the sedge grass a little bit and turned it brown, yellowish brown, but now it's coming back with just a little bit of watering from me. Stuff is hard to kill. Puts off these little peanut-sized tubers on the roots, and it uses them for storage nutrients. And you can cut it down, pull it out, leave that little peanut node in there, that little tuber. It'll grow right back. It'll send them off, and they'll grow in a string too underneath the soil. Got some other plants I got to plant. Oh, wind blew this one down. This edible hibiscus. Real bland. nice leafy lettuce-like texture. And can't remember what this is. Oh, loquat. Putting that in the ground tomorrow. That's the plan anyway. And this is chia. Putting those in the ground tomorrow. And that back one is a type of spinach, I can't remember the name, and then there's some aloe vera. But tonight I think I'm gonna go get another truckload of wood chips because it's cool outside and it's hard work. A couple dragon fruits here, growing up this old squirrel feeder, and another Okinawa spinach. Then on this old stump, I just wood chipped around it, mulched around it, and I had these 2 okra planted here and they were doing great, and then a cutworm came and cut them right off at the base. But I just clipped them at an angle, stuck them in these pots of dirt, and they come back. Got a whole tray full of kale that I'm going to plant out back. Try to get some ground cover going and shade out that sedge grass, but also get some perennial peanut. Those are good nitrogen fixers, and that'll shade out the ground so the sedge grass can't take over. A little pineapple my buddy Ron gave me. Little baby raspberry hibiscus right there. Given away about 5 of those things. I just cut them off and shove them in dirt and they grow. Here is a banana that Ron gave me as well. And then a papaya that my neighbor across the street, Yuki, gave me. Little cherry tree. Forget what kind of cherry that is. Let's see. Does it say? Barbados something cherry. This thing took a beating getting here too, but it's putting off new growth there, so it'll do fine, I hope. And then 2 moringas I just had in pots and I shoved them in the ground a couple weeks ago. This one had no leaves on it. I just shoved it in the ground. Now it's coming back. Had 2 of them together, so we'll see what that does. And then a bigger one was in a pot, started flowering and stuff, and it kind of died back a little, but it's starting to come back. That's cool because it's got flowers on it. That means pods, and those things are good. Anyway, see y'all later.